Welcome, friends. I am here with a topic that is sampling and survey method. So, first of all, we will deal with advantage of sample survey and census. So, what is sample? Sample is taken from a group of persons. Suppose there are 100 students in a class, and we have to take out 10 students from that. Then 100 student is called population and 10 student will be the sample. So sampling is selecting a subset, that is some sample from a population to study. A sample survey collects data from this subset and uses it to infer about the whole population. Instead of surveying all Indian voters, it is an example. Instead of surveying all Indian voters, survey 10,000 people and generalize the results. Sample survey versus census. Now, census is complete enumeration. That is data collected from every unit of population. That is national population census. And sample survey is data collected from selected units only. Advantage of sample survey over census. It is sample survey is cost effective. Census requires huge funds. Sampling is much cheaper. Statology, time saving. Sample surveys can be completed quickly. Census may take years. Third is practical for large populations. When population is very large or infinite, census is impossible. Fourth is greater accuracy. Smaller data, better supervision, fewer errors. Fifth is detailed investigation policy. Researchers can collect in-depth information useful for destructive testing, example testing quality of bulbs, medicines, limitation of sample survey, possibility of sampling bias requires expert design. Results are estimates, not exact values. When census is better, now question arises. Small population, when 100% accuracy is required, then census is better. Government official counts, then comes sampling design. What is sampling design? Sampling design is a plan or method used to select a sample from the population. So, target population sampling frame is the list of units. First, we take the sample size, then choose selection method. So, types of sampling. There are two types of sampling: probability sampling, that is known as random sampling, where every unit has a known chance of selection. Survey is the types of sampling. Probability sampling is first simple random sampling where the equal chance of each and every case is being selected. Example is lottery method where the cheats are put in a bowl and randomly cheats are taken out, so the number of people in the cheat each have equal chance of being selected. Systematic sampling. Systematic sampling select every nth unit. Example, every 10th person has been selected. So it is systematic sampling. Stratified sampling, population divided into groups, that is strata. Low income, middle income, high income, like that. A random sample from each group has been taken. Useful when population is heterogeneous, means population is divided on the basis of incomes. Then comes cluster sampling. Population is divided into clusters, and we select entire clusters. Useful for large geographical spread populations. Like we have to take schools of India, then we divide the country into clusters, then take schools from each cluster. It is useful for large geographical spread population. Then comes non-probability sampling. Selection is not random here. Survey types of non-random sampling is convenience sampling. For easily available respondents, we take the respondents from our convenience. Suppose we have to take 10 students, we stand at the door of the classroom and we take the first 10 coming students. So it is easily available. Respondents survey, for example, a survey at a mall. We can take 10 persons from a mall standing on the gate of the mall. Is then comes judgment or purposive sampling. It is based on researcher's judgment. A researcher decides whom to take as sample. Third is quota sampling, fixed quota from each group. We take the persons, suppose we fix the quota that we will take 4 from each group. Then it is called quota sampling. Snowball sampling, existing respondents refer others. So snowball sampling, people tell about the other persons from where we can take samples. It is used in hidden population. Suppose we take the cluster sampling from snowball sampling from the drug users. So one drug user gives the reference of other drug users. Probability sampling and non-probability sampling differ in following points. Sampling selection is random, and in non-random sampling it is purposive. There is bias. Bias is low in random sampling, but high non-random random sampling there is low bias, and in non-random sampling bias is high. Random sampling is used for generalization, but in non-random it is limited. Cost is high in random sampling and low in non-random. Types of biases in sample survey. Bias is systematic error that makes results unrepresentative. Sampling bias is that where sample not representative of population. Example, only urban respondents are taken, then the sampling is biased because rural population has been not taken into account. Selection bias. Researcher influences selection, common in non-probability sampling. Non-response bias. Selected individuals do not respond. Their absence distorts the results. Response bias. Respondents give false or inaccurate answers. These are the limitations. Causes of limitations are social desirability, that is fear or misunderstanding. People don't understand. Then coverage bias. Some groups are excluded from the sampling frame. For example, online survey excludes rural people because they are not online available. Sixth is measurement bias, a faulty questionnaire or tools. Interviewer bias. Interviewer influences the responses. So sampling is essential when census is impractical. Proper sampling design ensures representativeness. Probability sampling is scientifically reliable. Bias must be minimized to ensure valid results. So sampling is subset study. Census is complete enumeration. Probability versus non-probability is key distinction. Bias is the biggest problem in surveys. So these are about sampling. Thank you.